Hello, peeps. It's me. It's you. I just wanted to commend you guys, each and every one of you, for what you've done thus far. You know, I know there have been enormous challenges for all of us. You know, if we've gotten to this point in life, we've overcome a lot already, and there are more ahead for sure. But I think to be able to recognize that, how far we've come, that we've survived a lot, and and look back at ourselves with some compassion for maybe things that were particularly hard, or we feel like we got pounded down and it's our fault. But I think it's important to kind of shift off the past if possible. You know, you can take with you the sweetest memories, but I think to practice presence, to look at what's happening now in the moment without being too afraid of the future or too regretful for the past, just to acknowledge now, here you are. You brave mofos, you're the best. And I think we don't give ourselves enough credit for that. And we don't have the energy to punish ourselves or to think badly about ourselves or to spend a lot of energy in regret or recrimination against other people who've done us wrong. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but just let yourself have some pride and compassion for who you are and what it's cost you to get here. I've always sort of thought of, we can't live in the light all the time. This is 3D existence, and shit happens. And, but we can, the dark is part of it. It has to be. Like we're not in heaven yet. We're not in the land of milk and honey, except in the now. There's something sweet to be accessed in the now. And I think it's always the best approach, whenever possible, lean toward the light. The dark is part of it. It's shadow work, it's, regrets, it's whatever it is, the people who didn't follow us forward, they lagged behind, or they took a detour, or whatever. Just lean toward the light. It's leaning toward you, On the board here already, we have jumped out 7 of Swords. That's air energy, and it happens I just looked down at some notes I'd taken, and 7 of Swords was the easy way out. It's sort of a card of escape. And the easy way out, but does it look easy? It may seem like somebody may think, it's easier for me just to exit. It can have an air of deceit. Let's see. Judgment card. Oh, and by the way, I got spanked by the algorithm again for inappropriate my video of a couple of days ago. I think I didn't post yesterday. I was a bit laid low, but it was like a card like this. The people were naked from the waist up. A side view, it's just crazy. I don't know how the algorithm works, but it's nuts. And the video is still available to view. Anyway, it's not your problem, but I just thought that was easy. I didn't get all bent out of shape, and I could have, and easier to let it go. Judgment card, second to last card in the major arcana, it's some kind of a call to life after some kind of psychic death. Major arcana cards deal with archetypes, those stories that really resonate for everybody. You know, and feeling like you've been flatlined and by some higher power, angelic force, you know, which you might perceive as outside yourself, and it really isn't. It's your psyche saying, we're still alive. You know, wake up, you're still alive. Is it these? Oh, wow. Followed by Devil. Another major arcana card of Capricorn. This is a struggle to free yourself from what holds you back. That, you know, it can be something that makes you play small. It can be an addiction, not necessarily to a substance, but to a situation or a person or something you think defines you. Escape by any means necessary. I don't think we can think our way out of devil energy. It's deeper than that. Major arcana deep. You know, it's something embedded deep in the psyche that's saying, you know, the angel basically are the better angels of our nature. I can't remember the quote, but, you know, the angel saying to this, because devil was an angel too, a fallen angel. Like, wake up. You've done the work, the Capricorn work. It's hard work to set yourself free. Under Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. That's a card of work. Of investing time and energy to grow something. You know, it's the harvest time. It's like, I've put in work and effort. What has it yielded me? And this is the work and effort to get free of anything that holds us back or keeps us stuck. Poor opinion of ourselves, you know, entanglement with some bad relationship or but there's a time of assessing. Pentacles speak to time. Like, I've spent time on this. Where am I? 7 and 7 is 14, which in major arcana, I believe, is Temperance card. Another major arcana card of angelic presence, balance, harmony. So I'm curious about this 7 of Swords. Maybe escaping an old situation by any means. 6 of Cups. That's some close and intimate relationship, and it has a bit of the energy of, you know, I said to be in the now. This is like, wake up, be in the now. This is a card of the past. Can be past life soulmate, just to somebody you've known a long time. You might be trying to assess, you know, what does this mean? Does this matter? All this time and effort? And it's sort of a little bit of looking backwards, you know. I put in this effort. What is it? How has it grown? How has it failed to grow? Because devil energy is sort of a card of something failing to grow. It can be a card of fear. But there's something here. You're dealing with a soulmate who may have left, you know, escaped through some, it's not the easy way out. And I'm not quite sure what that means. Not the easy way out. You know, it implies deception and sneaking away. under Devil, Magician, card of Virgo, Gemini, manifestation, power, the ability to bring things into being, you know, having everything you need, working with all the energies, with Cups energy, with Pentacles energy, with Sword energy, you know, how we feel about things, how we grow or nurture something, and do we do it alone? And Sword energy is to do with belief or thought or speech. To me, this is really no explanation for this behavior. On Seven of Pentacles, Star card. In Sword energy, a card of redemption, healing, the guides. I think this is another person who is getting a big wake-up call. You know, it may be saying you're involved in a toxic relationship, or look at your own addictions, or you have shadow work. Capricorn, hard work to free yourself. And maybe it's rethinking Sword energy, whether it's honorable to take the easy way out. They're getting some kind of call to new life, or they're hearing forgiveness. You may have forgiven them. You may have forgiven them because they're near and dear to you. Not necessarily a romantic partner, but it's some relationship that may have gone off the rails, been codependent, or in some way held you back. This is a card of healing and a card of the collective. And I think, you know, whatever it is that's going on here, we're doing it together. I mean, you know, I can't say this enough. You're not alone. You're not. These archetypal cards are stories we all share. We've all been stuck. We're all being called to new life. We're all being healed and healing. But let me tell you, you can't heal the other guy. Be they your child, your best friend, your lover, your parent, your sibling. These sort of look like siblings, don't they? Two children. And yet, I mean, of course we do heal each other, but first we heal ourselves. That's what we have to invest in with the time we have and the energy we have. Because you cannot, you know, if it's a toxic relationship, if somebody is stuck, you can't do the work of unsticking them. They have to summon that power themselves. And if they need to do shadow work, let them do it. It'll never free them if you do it for them. It'll make them codependent with you. And you know, in the past, I've been very dependent on my role as helping, you know, thinking I'm the healer, thinking I can fix everybody. That's not empowering them. This is empowering. This is like the magic wand of the magician. Wands energy, Ace of Wands. And magician is holding the wand in his hand. This is a card of the self, of the opportunity for power and intuition and passion. Maybe passion for life. That's where the source of the healing comes. It's like lean toward the light. I mean, look, star energy. The guiding light, you know. This is like almost the compass. I sometimes call this the compass needle. This and Ace of Swords I see as a kind of, because wands are directional. You're manifesting a new way. a new way forward. It's not the easy way out. It's the answering a call to new life and answering a call, I think it's you, to free yourself. Is it this? On 7 of Swords, 4 of Cups. We had that yesterday. That can be, leaving a situation, taking the easy way out. Somebody did this and it leaves you depressed and lonely, feeling like love is out of reach. Cups energy. You may have been abandoned by a soulmate. 6 of Cups, who took the easy way out. 7 of Swords, didn't want to talk about it. Maybe they were too stuck. Maybe they were afraid of how much they needed you. There's some song with that. Maybe I'm amazed, Paul McCartney. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I really need you. Four of Pentacles. A lot of these are repeats. This is a stuck energy, Capricorn energy, Earth energy, Devil energy. Being stuck. Withholding. 4 and 4 is 8. I mean, this numerology I got from a guy named, a channel named Emery's Tarot. And I think sometimes it's really applicable. And in this case, 4 and 4 is 8. 8 in major arcana is overcoming. That's what we were talking about at the beginning. We shall overcome. The collective. Star card. We shall. You're not in it alone. Whether or not you're physically by yourself, you can tap into the energy of this collective here. And it's not just this collective. It ripples out with people who don't even know what tarot is. You don't need to know what it is because it's just tapping into the chi, the universal energy. There are 101 ways to do that. Through art, through affection, through cooking a meal for somebody. For some reason it always comes back to food, but that's sort of like the physical needs, the physical requirements in 3D. Feed the soul, feed the body. On 6 of Cups, I'm going to give these a shuffle because we've gotten so many repeats here. I never shuffle that way, so I find myself doing things differently. Let's go this way. Yeah. So I think there's an implicit message, because this can be a pattern we can't break. It's hard to break. It's necessary to break because it ties us to something. It keeps us in chains. It keeps us stuck. It keeps us stuck in our lives, Pentacles energy. And there's a message here, wake up, work hard to free yourself in this lifetime. There's time, there's time. It's all we have right now. And we're in the now, it's this moment. The more we can inhabit that, the less we're, pulled off center by fears of the future, regrets of the past. Okay, on 6 of Cups, Chariot, card of Cancer, water energy, forward movement. On 6 of Cups, that soulmate, that past energy, that nostalgia. There's forward movement now, balanced forward movement in the psyche. Your deepest core self is saying, get on the move, sweetie. And it's not about physically moving, it's an emotional redirection. Something that leads to a new beginning that's inspired and fiery and points the way. I think that's the card that may have gotten me flagged. Let's see what happens. It might do it again. This is the person passing through the portal, the big opening in the psyche that leads to the next stage. New life, new life. It's also a card of Capricorn. Waking up out of the illusion that we're stuck. The devil energy that says, there's no growth here, why bother? There's not enough time to do whatever it is, why bother? There's time. Time is on our side. As long as we, I'm saying it's two things at once. Time isn't an issue. Time is on our side. Be in the now. And that's how we step through to the other stage, to the next place, to the new life. The psyche is primed and like nudging us. Move forward. Emotionally balanced. If there's been trouble with a soulmate that hurt you, that made you feel like love is out of reach, whatever that relationship is, it's time to get clean of it. To release yourself, to release the other person, to begin to invest 7 of Pentacles in healing. Manifesting a new direction, new life force energy. Is there another? Okay, is it this one? Ace of Swords. That's that compass needle again. This is a new beginning. It can be a new understanding, a new way of communicating, some kind of truth, personal truth, that has to do in sword energy with healing. It's not the easy way. It may involve sadness. That may be sort of like the nudge, the spur. I need to move out of that state of regret or depression or numbness. The psyche is ready to go. And this is a personal truth. Not the deception, and that can be a card of self-deception. An idea of thinking you're not worthy, that you're stuck, that you're maybe only good enough for some kind of codependent relationship, and it's not true. It's not true, sword energy. Okay. Yeah. Page of Swords. Card of discovery, of being the student, of beginner's mind, of being curious, of not being afraid to ask the question. Perhaps of yourself. Who are we this time? How do I begin to learn how to heal or rediscover it or develop a curiosity about what happened to me? How I got stuck. Time to lay down the burden. It's almost like if we want to pass through the portal into the next phase, into the phase of new life and forgiveness and reconciliation, we can't carry all this with us. The weight of what we did, Wands energy, or what was done to us, just let it go. It's a card of letting go. The Ace of Wands to the 10 of Wands. It's a new cycle. It's a new cycle. New life. You've gained admittance to this new life. You've put in the work and effort, 7 of Pentacles, to heal yourself, to shine the light for other people. You're part of a healing collective. we have on the board, what do we have on the board? Capricorn, Judgment, the card of new life, second to last card in the major arcana, and the last card in the major arcana. There's a real progression here. You freed yourself from something. You've gotten unstuck, Four of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. It's now about growth. Not about, stasis. Virgo, Gemini in Magician. Aquarius in the Star card. Lean toward the light. That's where you're being guided. Heal yourself. And by doing that, people who come into your presence will get the healing energy. They just will. And it's not like we I keep saying this, but skip through the day. It's not about that. It's leaning toward the light while acknowledging the darkness. Shadow energy grows in the dark. If you acknowledge it, pull it out of the corner. Pull out of the corner what you don't want to deal with. And look at it. Gets into the light. It diminishes. That's when we can hear the guides. But it involves a lot of this. Laying down expectations, the things that we ought to have done. Survivors all, full of power. I'll see you next time.